Are we ready to fasten our seatbelts and go on a journey this evening? Yes? Yes. Very good. Well, I'm not going to speak a lot here about our musician and guest speaker. I'm going just to do a basic overview of introduction because she speaks for herself. Her fingers on the piano speak for themselves. Her voice speaks for itself. Her art speaks for itself. And that love is the new sexy t-shirt speaks for itself. So, Lara Oshon, beautiful, wonderful musician. Lara makes music and art that loves you. She has said that music has been her dear friend all of her life. She has been compared to Carpenter and Carole King, but there is no one like Lara Oshon. Her smooth, shining, soulful piano vocals have been entertaining, transforming people throughout the United States. And she is here to transform us this evening. Please give a warm welcome to Lara Oshon.
I'll take you on the road with me for that introduction. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be with you tonight while he's setting up my piano mic. This is my first time here, and Dina invited me. Thank you to Dina and all of you who put this on a monthly basis. I'm enamored with this room as a musician, obviously. It's just, what a fantastic room. You really feel the resonance when you enter this space. So I am going to talk tonight a little bit about joy. And she asked me for a title, so I told her Leaping Toward Joy, since this is Spring to Life. And one of my paintings is called Leaping Toward Joy. And it's a painting of a dolphin leaping out of the waves with a whale holding space in the deep ocean. And I think that joy contains all of that, the highs and the depth. I want to talk about joy as a path and a process rather than a destination. And I want to be very clear as I start out about this topic that I'm not talking about joy as some kind of smiley face sticker that we paste on top of our pain. I think sometimes in spiritual communities, we can get this idea that we're supposed to be joyful all the time. And that if we're not, we're doing something wrong. We're not doing it right. As if we vibrate high enough or say the right affirmations long enough or practice these teachings well enough, we will only feel good and only have experiences that we like. And I just don't think that's true. And not only do I not think that's true, I think that idea can be detrimental to our growth process because it can be an opportunity to blame ourselves or to feel bad when we're wanting to shift into feeling more joy. So any conversation about joy, for me, needs to also acknowledge its sister, sorrow. And I think that no one speaks on that more beautifully than Khalil Gibran, who many of you may know. When I was a teenager, my mom gave me a great gift. She came to me one day when I was really hurting over something that was happening with a friend, and I've always been a very, very sensitive heart. And She pulls this book out of her cabinet that I've never seen and opens it up, and it's the prophet. And she opens it to the passage on joy and sorrow. And I want to just share a little bit of that with you tonight because I think it's so beautiful and so important. He says, "Your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain." And that one sentence just opened this flood of relief and has been such a friend to me because I do feel the deeper that we can hold joy and sorrow, that they are one and the same. He goes on to say, "Some of you say joy is greater than sorrow, and others say no, sorrow is greater. But I say unto you, they are inseparable. You are suspended like scales between them, and only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced." That makes me think about heart monitor. You know, the human heartbeat is up and down, and only when it's a flat line, you know, maybe that's balance, but you're no longer getting the gift to be in your body. So I want us to start where we are. Start where you are tonight. And we've already begun that process of getting present, but I want to invite you to acknowledge your body and how you're feeling physically. It's Friday night. It's full moon week. How did your week go? And let those little feet relax in your shoes and let your spine relax in your tummy and just notice how your body feels. And check in with your mind. Are you here yet? Are you still thinking about what happened today or what's going on afterwards? And see if you can get here. And then notice how you're feeling emotionally. When I say the word joy, does that feel present? Do you feel filled with joy, or does joy feel far away right now? And just notice and don't judge. That's the point, is just to notice and let it be okay. Joy is our home, and it's a home that we can always return to, and that's what I want to talk to you about, is some of the ways that we can return home. A fact that I love that many of you will also have heard is with airplanes. You know, when an airplane's going from point A to point B, it's actually off course 90 to 99% of the time. Do you know this? I mean, 90 to 99% of the time, depending on who you ask, it's off course. It's just constantly course correcting. And so that's what we're doing with joy. It is our path, it is our way forward, and we're always coming and going around it. And as I sing this first song, it's called Listen, and I want to invite you to go even deeper within and really listen beyond how you're feeling, what your mind is doing. Begin tuning into that inner voice of wisdom that brought you here tonight, because you are here on purpose, and you are here to receive something from your spirit. Listen, child, listen to that sound. Can you hear it? It is all around. Let it whisper all the things you want to know. Just remember, it will ask you to let go. Be still. Let love fill you now. Be still and listen. Listen. and stop your frantic pace. You are tired. Life is not something to waste. We run in circles. All those things you have to do are just distractions from that voice that's calling you to be still. Let love fill you now. Be still and listen. Oh, listen. The deeper we can go inside the places we don't know and find our own original guidelines, the more trying we'll leave behind. So listen, child, listen to that sound. Can you hear it? It is all around. Let it whisper all the things you want to know. Just remember, it will ask you to let go. So, here we are as we listen to where we are, truly in this moment, being honest, we then can make a decision. I love this quote by Henry Nguyen. He says, "Joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day." I would add every moment for me. It is a moment-by-moment practice and perspective that we can apply. I made a radical commitment to prioritizing joy in my life. Specifically about a year and a half ago, I began talking about it and writing about it, and of course, I began to receive even more opportunities to put that into practice in my life. But the catalyst for this was that I was in a very serious car accident, and it was one of those near-death serious car accidents where I flipped about 4 times and landed upside down in a ditch. And I was spared. I'm here, and I very, very blessed to have walked away with minor injuries after being taken to the emergency room. But the point was just the clarity that it brought into even more heightened focus of the gift of life, the gift of breath, the gift of being here, and how quickly it goes and how precious it is. And do I want to waste any moments in not so happy or mediocre, or feeling stuck, or feeling like I want to do this, but it's not time, I'm not ready? All of that, I didn't have time for any of that anymore. And I made a decision that joy had to be a greater priority for myself, because when we are in joy, we are able to live our gifts. It can be thought of as selfish by some people, but I think that there is an important priority of being happy and being joyful so that we can offer our very best to life. So making a decision, become decisive about your life, become decisive about the thoughts you're willing to entertain, become decisive about what you focus on, who you spend time with, what kinds of media you ingest, and get committed to your alignment with feeling good. These are all choices that we can make in really small ways on our way here tonight. I mean, who got stuck in traffic on the 405 for an hour? You know, there's a choice And in those moments, sometimes we don't have the energy to leap towards joy, but I like to think about it as leaning. I can lean in the direction of joy. I can lean towards love, or I can lean towards worry, frustration, fear. And that is just a small movement. That's not hard, but it's so powerful. I wrote a song called Lean In that I'm going to share with you, and some of you may know there's a very popular book by Carole Sandburg called Lean In. Has anyone read this book? Ever heard of it? Ah, okay. Well, nonetheless, my song came first, and I'm sure she was inspired by it to write this book. The good news is that the gravitational pull of the universe is toward love. It is toward joy. And so we can rest in that. It is our nature and it is our essence, and our choice is which way do we want to lean. I wanted to invite those of you, I am going to speak from behind the piano, so if any of you are not comfortable where you're seated, don't feel like I'm not wanting to look at you if my back is to you, but this is where I'm going to speak from. Baby, we can build something together, a refuge in stormy weather, our little patch of sun. We've only just begun. Baby, this is all that I got, and I won't pretend to be what I'm not. So we'll take the sun with the rain, and we'll grow through the pain. And sometimes I don't know where to begin. I don't want to start over again. I am not who I have been. When I feel like checking out, I lean in. Lean in. Well, I know we both have our stories, tales of sadness, tales of glory. They're written on our hearts with some dark and scary parts. You are asking me for forever, a promise that we'll stay together. Well, I'm not sure I know how, but I can love you now. And sometimes you don't know where to begin, and the past shows up again. Will these tender parts ever mend? When you feel like checking out, you lean in. Lean in. I want you by my side to hold me near. Whatever life may bring, oh baby, I'm right here. And sometimes we don't know where to begin, so we keep choosing love again. We are more than we have been. When we feel like checking out, we leave. Thank you. So I have this blog. I've had a blog for years. It's very sporadic. And when I turned 40 this past year, I made a commitment to blog every week. So today I posted my blog. If I get it in by Friday, I consider that within that week. Sometimes it's last minute, but I've been doing it. It's been really fun. And today I wrote about this next sort of topic, or not topic, but point within joy, which is living the questions. Asking really good questions, being curious. I am a very curious child and have been my whole life. And I have come to see my incessant need to ask questions as a strength and really defining the richness and quality of life by the quality of the questions that we're willing to ask more than the answers that we think we have. And so when we ask big questions, questions that we don't have immediate answers to or that are really larger than our capacity to have an answer, it opens us up to new possibilities, to new solutions, because it makes us feel vulnerable, it makes us softer, it makes us more receptive. And so I think it's really important to ask questions and to honor the unknown, because these questions put us in touch with that mystery. It is all a mystery, right? Really, there's one big A, capital A answer, which is love. Love is. And beyond that, there's a million little A answers about how we apply that love in situations in our life, and those answers change based on who we are and where we're standing. So I ask a lot of questions, and sometimes I have more unknowns in my life than I'm comfortable with. Like this past year, coming back to California, I used to live here. I came out in my 20s for graduate school, and then I went back to Georgia about 6 years ago, which is where I'm from. And then after this car accident and just a number of things that were going on in my life, I just felt this very clear call to come back to California. And so I came back a year ago with about 2 months of a plan, which was I'm coming out on tour, right? And I'm coming out to explore where I'm meant to be and where I'm going to park myself next. And I have stayed in LA, and I'm still finding the reasons that I'm here and the people that I'm here to connect with and serve with and for. But sometimes I just feel so filled with questions, it's a bit much. So that's when I think about another book that I love. I love books. I find a lot of comfort in books. And there's a book called Letters to a Young Poet. Have any of you read this by Rilke? It's one of my favorites. He talks about living the questions. I'm going to read this little quote from him. He says, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given you, because you would not be able to live them yet. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now." So part of this path of joy and this process of being in joy is not only accepting the unknown, but I think learning how to celebrate it. Why aren't we taught to celebrate the unknown as a very clear sign that something really unexpected and wonderful is about to happen that we could never have pictured? I think that would be a really good thing to teach everybody. I'm trying to put that in practice in my own mind when I'm faced with these unknowns. So it's about living from the inside out and being guided by the wisdom that speaks inside of us. And so this next song is called Inside, and it's a little bit about asking questions and then realizing that the only place to go is within. Why am I always starting over? Why does it come unglued? I did everything for the right reasons, but you're not coming through. I get tired some days. What the hell I say? Can you help me stay above water? Where is it that I think I'm going? What if it all came true? Would it be worth my peace of mind? And what is the cost of you? These are silly things, living for a dream. Nothing's real, it seems, except this. Oh, where's that place inside I can run to and hide while I try to decide what to do? I believe in things that I cannot see. There is a real me as this water. Won't you close your eyes, leave the past behind, let your heart grow wide. We were born to fly. Let's enjoy the ride and take a deep dive as we come alive, as we come alive, as we come alive. Won't you come alive on the inside, on the inside, on the inside, on the inside. I believe. Thank you. Howard Thurman says, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what sets you on fire. Ask yourself, no, what makes you come alive? And then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So as we come alive from the inside out, we are prompted to act. There are things that we're then guided to do, to follow our heart and live from this fire that we discover of passion and purpose, and to be courageous, because we summon joy when we listen to the guidance we're given and act on it. That's a very joyful experience. And we develop courage, and we develop a trust in this muscle of the inner listening and then the outpicturing in our lives. So I think courage is an aspect of joy, and we don't develop courage by just sitting at home and journaling about it or thinking about what courage means. Courageous people simply do things that scare them. That's it. And it can be, what scares you may not scare me. But it's important for us to take action. Follow our hearts. I like to think, what if everyone was living like their heart was on fire with love? What would that look like? Really, right? Rumi says, set your life on fire. Seek those who fan the flames. So I think that's what we do in community, is we set our hearts on fire and we fan each other's flames for love. And that excites me. And so I'm going to sing you a song called Heart on Fire. This quiet fire is starting to roar. My mind's excuses lie crumpled on the floor. The illusion of normal is beyond my reach. Fear is gone, and now I let silence teach. My heart is on fire. I give it all to you. It burns with desire to let this love through. Oh, I over this flame. Every ounce of my best. My heart is on fire, and love is my quest. I am a dreamer, not the only one. I have swallowed the moon. I sit on the sun. I'm a waterfall that can quench all thirst. Well, I will blow your mind so your heart can burst. My heart is on fire. I give it all to you. It burns with desire to let this love through. Oh, I over this flame. Every ounce of my best. My heart is on fire, and love is my quest. I saw an angel on a snowy night. He said, don't worry, child, it'll be all right. Peace be still. This can be your voice, love or fear. It's your choice. My heart, oh my heart is on fire. I give it all to you. It burns with desire to let this love through. Oh, I offer this flame. Every ounce of my best. My heart is on fire. My heart is on fire. My heart is on fire. And love is my quest. Thank you. Is your heart on fire? Yeah. So you need to be wearing one of these shirts. This is a Heart on Fire shirt. So leaping toward joy in the dolphins, I think dolphins are the perfect, they epitomize joy. And they leap. So there's no striving and forcing and efforting. It's effortless. It is lighthearted and playful. And I want to end with a song that is pure joy and that evokes the childlike spirit. So free your inner 6-year-old with me. I wrote this song to myself at 6, and it's called Shine. And it's simply about the light that we all come into this life with, that we are all born to shine. So feel free to move around if needed. Good morning, sunshine. It's a beautiful day outside. This world was made just for you. My words cannot express your gorgeous loveliness. You're everything and then some too. You were born to shine. Little sister, all you have is time. You were born to shine. Let it through. Good morning, sunshine. It's cold and dark outside. Sometimes this life is hard to do, but pain cannot suppress your powerful awesomeness. You're gonna rise from this one too, 'cause you were born to shine. Put your trembling hand in mine. You were born to shine. Let it through. You don't have to know how to do it or believe that it's true, but looking at you, I see sunshine. So I'll reflect it back to you, yeah. Good morning, sunshine. It's a beautiful day outside. This world was made just for you. My words cannot express your gorgeous loveliness. You're everything and then some too. You were born to shine. My brother, it's about time. You were born to shine. What you gonna do? You were born to shine, yeah, yeah, yeah. You were born to shine, let it through. You were born to shine. Take my hand and we'll be fine. You were born to shine. So let it through. Thank you so much.
The beautiful and wonderful Lara Oshon. Let's shine on and shine through. Now I would like to introduce to you a gentleman you more than likely know, and if you don't, this evening you will. He is one of our board members. He will lead us in our meditation, Burl Bolerjack.
Hi. As Basha said, my name's Burl. Most of you know me. I've been around SUM for many years helping put these events on, and I also lead meditative drum circles here in the Valley. Tonight I'll be leading a meditation. Meditating with the drum is like most meditative techniques. It uses a focus for the conscious mind, something for it to hold on to, something to occupy it, so that we stop listening to that voice in our head that chatters away from the time we wake up in the morning till we go to sleep at night. Deprived of conscious attention by this focus, the chatterbox will quiet down and become still. When we become still, there is a moment of expanded consciousness, expanded awareness, connection with the greater whole, that infinite ocean of consciousness in which we are each a droplet. So that's the experience we're going for tonight. Can everyone hear the drum well? I didn't think I'd need a microphone. So take a deep breath, and as you release, allow all the tension and stress of the day to flow away. Another deep breath, settling into relaxation. Now just breathe normally. And with each exhalation, feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. I spoke earlier of a focus for this meditation. When working with the drum, that focus is listening. Listening to the sound of the drum. Listening to the rhythm. I think of the drum as a constant reminder. Focus. Listen. Relax. If at any time you find that you've lost focus and have gotten caught up in one of the chatterbox's stories, just gently let it go. Return to the drum. Let it take you into stillness. This is our moment of power. We are energized and connected. Open up your hearts. Allow the golden white light energy of Source to pour through, radiating out across our planet, healing all who is in need. Experience the intense emotional satisfaction that comes with success. In this moment of joy, beauty, love, strength, and courage, know that we each make a difference in our own lives and the lives of those around us. We are healing our planet from the inside. Now take a deep breath. And as you release, become aware of your body sitting in the chair. When you're ready, open your eyes, alert and aware here and now.
Thank you, Carole. Welcome back. If you would, take your programs and turn to the back page and join me in the closing invocation. If you don't have one, share with your neighbor. The inside, yes. On the inside back page. Okay, sorry. Closing invocation on the inside back page. I designed them. I think I should know, right? Oh, well. Father, Mother, God and Goddess, thank you for the blessings we have received. Be with us now as we leave this sacred circle and go forth into our daily lives, taking the energy generated here tonight out into our homes, our work, the people we love, and all we touch. May we be your open channels into this world each day. Wonderful. Thank you. Well, let's give another wonderful round of applause and acknowledgement for this beautiful woman who is our speaker and musician, Lara Oshon. And yes, the experience can continue. She has CDs as well as artwork on the table, and these wonderful, please, Lara, if you will, show love is the new sexy. And you can take that home with you, too. It's out on the table. Thank you so much for taking time from your life to share it with ours.